ago.
We're in downtown Denver, middle game of a 3-game series this weekend here in Colorado. The Cubs look for their first 3-game winning streak of the season. They come in at 9-8. The Colorado Rockies, after getting thumped by the Cubs last night, 11-10 to start the 2018 season. Great to have you with us for Cubs baseball. Jim DeShays and Len Casper. The Cubs offense the last 2 days has just been tremendous. 16 runs last night, and the top 2 guys in the order really got it going.
Yeah, 16 runs on 18 hits. Contributions up and down the batting order for the Cubs last night, and indeed Almora and Baez 1-2 in the batting order. Check out the numbers. Each had 4 hits and 6 at-bats. Almora scored 4 times, and Javi drove in 4. Baez also hit a home run. Schwarber was huge last night. Kris Bryant on base a couple of times. Jason Hayward had a nice night. Could pretty much name the whole roster.
So Ben Zobrist goes to the disabled list with the back tightness, and David Bowie, who had a great spring for the Cubs, is not only here, he's in his hometown, and he's going to start at third base in his major league debut.
Yeah, and Joe Madden said, you know, the kid's from here. He's been called up. I'm definitely going to play him. So he's got him in there, batting 8th, playing third base. Had an outstanding spring, did Bowie. Projects as a utility guy. The guy can play all around the diamond, a good defender. Baseball rat. His dad is a longtime high school baseball coach here in this area. Not off to a great start at AAA, but very good numbers at AA last year.
He got 2 hours of sleep last night, quote, this morning from 8 to 10 because he got the call in Des Moines at about midnight. What a neat story. So he's in the lineup, and we'll talk some starting pitching when we return to Colorado as Yu Darvish will make his Coors Field debut. And a lot of Cub fans here, as is always the case when the Cubs come to Denver. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Yu Darvish pitching for the first time in over a week. Last time out, not so good, but excited to see him back out there this evening.
Yeah, in terms of good, bad, he's probably 1 for 3 so far this year. He was going along pretty well in his last start. Committed a balk. Things got a little sloppy for him there in the 5th inning. He allowed 4 runs, all coming in that 5th inning. He was out after 4 2/3. Allowed 9 hits, walked 4, struck out 4. Tyler Anderson, left-hander, he's had some issues as well with control. Sunday against the Nationals, a no decision, 4 2/3. He walked 6 in that ball game.
And we want to highlight one other minor league player. We mentioned David Bowie coming up to make his major league debut. Last night, it was Adbert Alzolay, the Cubs' top prospect, making his AAA debut. He took a no-hitter into the 6th inning and was just outstanding.
Yeah, boy, there's a lot to like with this kid. I love his delivery. Comes over the top. You see the sharp action on the breaking ball. Outstanding changeup. Good heater with tough angles for hitters. We will likely see this kid at the big league level at some point this year.
I got off to a slow start in the spring because of an ankle injury, but excellent numbers for Adbert Alzolay. And we have Cubs baseball coming up from Colorado, the Cubs and the Rockies. Let's see if they can keep the offense going. The Cubs now lead the National League in runs per game. First pitch is next.
Sports Chicago is brought to you in part by Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards.
All set for the Cubs and the Rocks. Yu Darvish against left-hander Tyler Anderson. Got the cotton candy out early.
Good launch angle right there, man.
We got a lot of rain last night. Did not interrupt the proceedings. It turned into snow overnight. Snowed early this morning. Rained up until about, 3 o'clock local time, but we're dry now.
Yeah, it was cold and squishy and snowy and all that, but looks pretty good right now. It's 75 and sunny for David Bowie right now because he's about to make his major league debut. He was out earlier signing autographs. His wife and kids down on the field.
We should reach the 60s tomorrow, and then it's off to Cleveland. Off day on Monday. Two-game series starting Tuesday night. And the Cubs will be able to utilize the DH for that series. So the Rockies take the field behind Tyler Anderson.
But understand if Tyler wasn't in a big hurry to get out there with what transpired here last night.
Yeah, Cubs put up 16 runs, a season best, on 18 hits. Let's see how they line up tonight. Almora and Baez will go 1-2. Bryant making a rare start in right field against the lefty. Rizzo is at first, Contreras catching. Ian Happ gets his first start of the series in left. Addison Russell is at short. Bowie making his debut gets the start at third base, and the pitcher Darvish looking for his first hit as a Cub.
Rockies defensively, Mike Tauchman's a Chicago area guy. He plays left field tonight. Charlie Blackmon's a center fielder. Gerardo Parra has won a couple Gold Gloves. He plays right. Arenado made an error last night, first one of the year, and the first one in about 30 ball games for him dating back to last year. Familiar duo up the middle, Story and LeMahieu. Ryan McMahon, a rookie, is at first base, and Tony Wolters behind the plate. The Lexus Experience amazing starting pitcher for the Rockies tonight is a 28-year-old left-hander by the name of Tyler Anderson, 6'4", 210, 4 starts, winless. If your glass is half full guy, he'd probably say, yeah, but I'm lossless too. He's undefeated. He's got a 4.74 ERA, 19 innings, 18 hits. He's walked 12, struck out 21. 6-6 last year with a 4.81. Season that was derailed with the injury at knee surgery, missed a bunch of time.
Right there is the tallest umpire in Major League Baseball, 6'7", Jordan Baker, and he'll work home plate. Corey Blazer is at first base. Greg Gibson, the crew chief, at second. Vic Carapazza over third.
Anderson is not a power pitcher, a little bit below average in terms of velocity. He has good changeup, he throws a lot of cutters, and he also will mix in an occasional curveball.
Here we go. Anderson to Almora. And strike one to get us started. About 40 degrees as we get going. Looped into shallow center, and a base hit. Almora with a big turn around first, and he'll hold with a leadoff single, so he just keeps on hitting. Everything dropped for the Cubs last night, even the soft stuff, and it does again to start the ball game tonight. Yeah,
they did a lot of good things offensively last night. Most importantly, put the ball in play, and that's so important here in this big yard at Coors Field. Avoid the strikeouts. They only struck out 4 times in the ball game last night. 2 of those were Mike Montgomery, who came in relief of Kyle Hendricks. So the position players collectively just 2 strikeouts, and that's what it's all about here, man. Put it in play. There's so much open real estate out there.
Baez found a lot of it last night. And a strike to Javier. Leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, and because Almora got a hit, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Officially 41 degrees at game time.
See, that's the good thing about Binny's. They pay off even if it's a little blooper or a broken bat. And they just get a knock.
Any old hit will do. 19 hits in the series for the Cubs.
It started a couple days ago at Wrigley too. The approach in that ball game, outstanding. Cubs using the whole field, doing a lot of work the other way. It's really been fun to watch.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Baez.
There's a good changeup. Anderson, for his career, and it hasn't been a long career, he's got a little over 2 years of major league service time, been a pretty good ground ball pitcher. That has not been the case so far this year.
Fouled back.
38 career starts, 11-12 with a 4.14. He's been good here. His ERA at Coors Field is 3.38.
That's the best ever for a pitcher with at least 100 innings in this ballpark. Out in the center field, base hit. Almora on his way to third. He's going to put on the brakes. Probably the best decision there, as Blackmon got it back in quickly. And these two guys are doing it again.
Yeah. Like the beginning of the alphabet, A-B, Almora, Baez, single to get things started. And yeah, I think that was very good base running. You always want to be aggressive, take a hard turn, and give yourself an opportunity if there's a little mishandle out there. But he looked a little frustrated, thinking that maybe he should have gone. But the one thing in this yard, again, you don't want to get caught on the bases making a mistake on the base pass. Opportunity just to swing away.
Las Vegas battle here. Kris Bryant against Tyler Anderson. Pitch is a strike on Bryant.
Anderson went to Valley High School, the same high school that Greg Maddux attended, and then on to the University of Oregon. He was a first-round pick out of there in 2011.
Bryant went to Bonanza High in Vegas and then the University of San Diego. High fly ball, not deep. Almora ready to tag. Blackmon makes the catch. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. Throw to second. Save. Baez with a nice piece of base running as well. Blackmon, if he had to do it over, probably would have just thrown to second.
From that depth, I'm sure he felt like he had a legitimate shot at Almora.
So that takes the double play away. Yeah. And Anthony hit into two of them in game one.
Yeah, he's the one guy who didn't have a whole lot of fun last night. At least personally, I'm sure he enjoyed watching his teammates do all that damage, but he did not have a good night.
Chance to grab the lead here in the first inning. Cubs scored twice in the opening frame last night on the Baez home run. Rockies will concede a run on the infield and get the ground ball out. How do you describe that leg kick?
Funky.
Certainly unique. And then Yu Darvish will take the mound. He's got that hesitation move once he lifts that leg. That is foul to first.
Yeah, when you see somebody with a little hitch like Anderson has, or Darvish, or any number of pitchers that do a little something different, see how he kind of tucks that leg underneath and holds it there. And I'm guessing he didn't always do that, and somewhere along the way that became a little bit of a timing mechanism for him to make sure he stays on his back leg a little longer.
Working with Tony Walters tonight. There's Chris Iannetta back at the plate last night. Low. And it's 2-2.
See, that time he abbreviated that leg kick a little bit, trying to upset the timing of Rizzo. Surprisingly, Anthony does not have good numbers in this ballpark.
Dump foul down the left field line. And that can all change in one big night.
Yeah.
Javier Baez came into the game tonight leading the National League in slugging, second in OPS.
Well, yeah, with Baez, Bryant, and Schwarber, they got 3 of the top 10, I believe, in the league in OPS. Bobby's got 46 total bases, second in the league.
Anderson ready. Here it comes, and it's low. Wilson Contreras on deck. Cubs have not been 2 games over 500 yet, 9 and 8. And tonight looking for their first 3-game win streak. Rockies are just 2 and 5 here at home. Called strike 3. Rizzo thought it was ball 4. Big out for Anderson.
Front door cutter. See Walters really jerking that pitch up to influence Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire. You know, the old adage is tall umpire is going to have a high zone. Apparently not.
Contreras, a double in 5 trips last night. Hits in 12 of his 15 games.
Hasn't gone deep yet this year.
He hasn't.
Until now.
Deep left center. Off the top of the wall. You almost called one. It's a double. 2-0.
Oh my. How much did that miss by? Beautiful swing of the bat. He pumped a double into the right center alley in the ball game last night. His bid for #1 this year comes up just a little bit shy. Nothing wrong with a 2-run double. Ooh, hang on now.
It hit a glove, it looked like.
We got some leather out there.
That could be a home run, because if it hits the top there, I think it probably bounces out.
Yeah, and
I'm saying 3-run homer. Glove.
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
See, the glove might make it a home run, and it might not have been a home run without any sort of interference. We'll find out.
Quite tell whether what went down there.
This will be a boundary call, so it's a crew chief review.
If this were if we were on the sandlot playing pickup ball, we would throw a bat up in the air and go hand over hand, and whoever won got to decide whether it was a home run or a double.
And the more I look at it, I'm not actually sure the glove actually touched the ball. And if it did, it barely did.
Yeah. I'm thinking this is going to stay a double. But I got about a 10% correct record on these.
Well, Contreras playing with house money in terms of this review, because it's at least a 2-run double, and at best it'll be a 3-run homer.
Yeah, it seems like they should be able to do something out there to prevent a fan from interfering with a ball like that.
Your predecessor suggested barbed wire. Probably not a good idea.
Maybe electric wire. How bad do you want the ball?
You know what? I think that's part of the fun of it. Okay. So New York says it's a double. Ball stayed in. Joe should still have his challenge. even though the call stood or was confirmed. Ian Happ swings and misses. Ian playing left and batting in the 6th spot tonight.
A little indecisive swing there from Ian. A challenge fastball right through the heart of the plate, and just a little bit slow on it. Not firing on all cylinders right now. It's a good place to get healthy, though. And again, just late getting started. Through a stretch there where he was seeing so many changeups, so much off-speed stuff. I think that's kind of what he's hunching on. He's leaning on off-speed, and he's tardy on the heater. Just caught a little bit in between.
0-2 on him. Driven the other way. Parra's back, and he's got it just onto the warning track. Good contact on 0-2 from Happ. Great contact from Contreras. 2-run double. It's the Cubs 2 and the Rockies coming up. Lead with 28, but batting just .219, last in the National League. LeMahieu off to an excellent start. Parra has been sluggish. Blackman hitting .290. Arenado last night 3 hits in his return from the suspended list. And then look at these averages for Story, McMahon, Tauchman, and Walters. Tyler Anderson, the pitcher, 0 for 6 to start the year.
Cubs defensively, Ian Happ plays left tonight. Al Moore Jr. is in center. Kris Bryant makes his first start this year in right field. It's his 24th career start out there. There's a newcomer, David Bowie, at third. Russell Baez up the middle. Big Riz at first. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And our Lexus experience amazing starting pitcher is Yu Darvish. Start number 4 for Darvish. 0-1 with a 6.
Pitching for the first time in this ballpark. And a strike on LeMahieu. Single, walk, RBI, and a run last night. A career .314 hitter against his former team. In the air to right. Bryant into the corner, and he makes the bell tie grab.
Pirates are going to find him early. But especially with LeMahieu, he hits a lot of balls in that direction. It's a primarily left-handed hitting lineup for the Rockies tonight, as you would expect with Darvish on the mound. He's been awfully tough on right-handed hitters throughout his career. Lefties here in the early going this year, batting .357 against him, and all 3 of the home runs he has allowed have come to left-handed batters.
Parra 1 for 4 in the opener. Still no Carlos Gonzalez with a hamstring.
If they were ever to make the Gerardo Parra movie, I think Chris Kattan would play the lead.
SNL fame.
Yeah. Many years ago.
2-time Gold Glover, 1 in left, 1 in right. Right hand surgery in February. And he's sitting in a 2-0 count.
Good contact skills. More of a doubles type guy as opposed to hitting the ball out of the ballpark.
Darvish with a 2-0. It's outside. Right in there for a strike. Darvish sitting 91-92 here in the first inning. I've seen him hit upwards of 98.
Yeah, he's averaging 94 and change, so maybe not fully cranked up yet.
Almora still drifting back. That's out number 2. Had a few people tweet at us about the yellow padding on top of that wall. And the ball's got to go over the yellow line. So if it hits that padding like Contreras' ball did and then bounces back toward the field, it's still in play.
Right, and that's what they ruled happened, right? Or they ruled that the glove was reaching over the fence when it made contact. But I'm not sure that the glove hit the ball.
Right. And I think the call was correct. It was not a home run. The call officially standing, not confirmed, and it was a crew chief review. Shank foul by Blackmon.
There you go. There's 96. So if you're wondering how many pitches does it take for you to get up to full speed, the answer is 9. At least on a cool night in Denver.
Just a bit outside. Darvish even got a kick out of it.
That one, yeah.
So that was that previous pitch. Fast pitch of the game presented by Xfinity, America's best internet service provider. .96 miles an hour.
A little split piece. I think that's what it was. It didn't have much action. 89 is where you're going to see his changeup or splitter. He throws both. He's been very heavy fastball, slider, cutter so far this year. See Blackmon among the league leaders in slugging percentage. Over 90% fastball, slider, cutter from Darvish. Starts to mix in the changeup and the curveball a little bit more. Things will go a little better for him.
Another foul by Blackmon. Blackmon has already had 2 3-game home run streaks.
Comes something off speed. Again, not much action. It's almost like a what we used to call a dead fish fastball. You know, you just take a little something off but throw it straight. But I don't think that's his intention. I think he's either throwing a changeup or a splitter there, and it's just not getting any downward action on it. Yeah, he's kind of rehearsing it right now.
One sounded like it landed in your living room. Still 1-2. Darvish lost to the Rockies at Dodger Stadium last September 8th. Only other time he had faced them.
You see with our pitch cast there, everything's kind of been through the middle of the zone in terms of up down. You could bury a breaking ball down or elevate something up above the hands.
Rockman has fouled off 4 consecutive pitches. Called strike 3. Frozen on a fastball. First strikeout for Darvish. And he sends them down in order. Cubs lead 2-0 after 1. The Pro Football Hall of Fame, plus the Bears take on the Ravens in the Hall of Fame game. Go to profootballhof.com for more information. Addison Russell fouls off. Cubs batting in the second inning, leading 2-0. David Bowie will get his first career plate appearance next, and then the pitcher Darvish. Another foul. I think the sun just came out, even though we can't really see it as we're nearing dusk. But that's the first time we've seen it since we got to Denver.
Yeah, a little sliver of light over there.
Quick pitch, popped him up. Not a lot of foul territory, and that ball will be just behind the Rockies dugout. How's the guy on deck feeling right now?
Yeah, he's just trying to calm his nerves, take some deep breaths.
Another 0-2. McMahon is over.
I was in Joe's office when David came in to chat with him a little bit earlier this afternoon, and Joe said, I've got nothing special to tell you. Just, you know, play the way you played in spring training. Play the heck out of third base. Have good at bats. But do me a favor, he said. Enjoy it. Take some time to kind of look around and congratulate yourself on getting here.
Rockies thought it was strike 3, and Walters actually threw to third. Jordan Baker said it was a ball. 1-2.
Looked like a good pitch. See if Addison can take advantage. Let's check our Menard's pitch cast on the corner. High enough.
In the dirt that time. Pirates lost earlier in Philadelphia. Cardinals beat the Reds. Cubs starting the night in 4th place at 9-8 and a game and a half out of first. So it's a bunched division 1 through 4 here in the early going.
Anderson is looking inside his hat for a message of inspiration, or actually if he has some notes on how to attack hitters in there. Clearly he was reading something.
That is strike 3. And here comes Bowie with over 30 members of his family and friends in attendance. He's from the Denver suburbs, attended Faith Christian Academy in Arvada. 25 years old. Grew up watching this Rockies team. He was born 2 days after the Rockies played their first ever major league game in 1993, and 2 days before they played their first ever home game. This is his 7th pro season. He's here because Ben Zobrist went to the DL with the back tightness that had been bothering him, and he golfs one out into deep right center, and that ball will one-hop the wall. Bowie into second base. It's a double. Welcome to the show.
Oh, how sweet is that? Beautiful swing of the bat. He's incorporated that leg kick, and last year at Double-A he hit for more power than he ever did in his minor league career. That is one special moment.
Now his dad Bob is a legendary high school coach here in Colorado, and David comes from a baseball family, and that swing right there is kind of vintage David Bowie. He's always kind of been an opposite field guy, and talking with Andy Haynes, the Cubs assistant hitting coach, so the last couple of years he's started to get out in front of inside pitches and turn on them for power. And he hit 14 home runs last year.
Yeah.
In the Southern League at Double-A.
Yeah, and then went and played in the Arizona Fall League, and he's really opened some eyes.
Swing and a miss by Darvish, 1-1. There's Andy Haynes.
Well, verklempt watching his family celebrate there. It's such a neat moment, and the guys in the dugout too were all up on their feet.
Got the call around midnight last night. So he's in Des Moines with his wife Rachel and their kids, and he said his phone's buzzing, and she's like, "Hey, we're trying to sleep here." And he gets the call that he's coming to the big league, so he didn't sleep a wink last night. Got about 2 hours of sleep this morning once he got here. 2-2 on Darvish. I mean, think of the odds, JD. It's a 6-month season. We spent 3 days in Denver, and he makes his debut here in front of his family.
Right, and if we're not here, I don't know if he's in the lineup. I think, you know, knowing that he was from here, Joe said, I'm going to put him in there.
Takes off for third, and he's out. Close play. Joe's trying to make sure they don't head off. So strike him out, throw him out, and the Rockies are convinced he's out, and I think they're right. Yep. So Joe probably will not challenge. Just making sure, though. Nope, no challenge. So Bowie with a double in his first major league plate appearance. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 Cubs.
Everybody is in. Rizzo, Bryant, Javi, Kyle, and the rest of the boys are ready for another shot at October Glory. Be a part of it all season long at Wrigley Field. Tickets still available for the upcoming home stand with the Brewers and the Rockies. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com. Yeah, we'll be done with the Rockies after the next home stand.
Unless we see them in October. Notice Darvish and his delivery. Not doing the hesitation tonight on his leg kick. He would lift the leg and then
kind of do a double pump.
Yeah, and he's not doing that. So simplifying things even more. 2 strikes on Arenado. Homered on the first pitch he saw last night from Kyle Hendricks. Had 3 hits. In his return from a 5-game suspension for a fight against the Padres.
Now what he will be able to do later on, if he wants, he can incorporate that little double move with his leg if he feels like he could gain an advantage, just upsetting the timing of the hitters. This for me is a cleaner delivery.
Arenado checked up. 2 balls, 2 strikes on him.
Fitty.
On the ground to Bowie. Pops the mitt and rifles it to Rizzo in plenty of time.
Kid's batting 1,000 and he's got 1,000 fielding percentage.
Yep. Thrown out trying to steal third, but can't dampen his spirits.
Don't want to set the bar too high.
Now the shortstop Story. Four up, 4 down for Darvish.
The interesting thing about the Bowie attempted steal of third base, and I don't know if Butter was encouraging him or if they've had some talk beforehand that was something that they might be able to do with Anderson on the mound. If it was just his instincts telling him to go, I'm impressed. I mean, even though he was out, because a lot of young guys that first get the big leagues are a little timid and they're not going to press things. Yep. Like he's trying to make a statement like, hey, I'm going to show everybody what I'm capable of doing because I want to stay here.
Oh, 1 looked like a pretty good pitch, didn't get it.
They missed his spot, but it was on the plate. The fact that Contreras had to reach for it, I think, influenced Baker.
Rising fastball that time. It's 1-2.
Darvish pretty deliberate, takes a lot of time between pitches, typically works deep counts, generates normally a fair number of swings and misses.
That last start kind of got derailed, and he admitted it after a balk was called on him. And a frigid day against the Braves.
Hey, that's legit sunshine there.
Beautiful.
Time to plant the tomato seeds.
It was 42 at game time for that start. A week ago yesterday, Braves won the game 4-0. All those runs came in the 5th inning off Darvish. It's actually colder here tonight. Doesn't feel it though.
It's not much of a breeze here tonight, which helps.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Story. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Gets the breaking ball down below the knees to get the swing and miss from Story, who strikes out a whole bunch. 1/3 of his plate appearances this year have ended in a strikeout.
Ryan McMahon playing first again tonight. No Ian Desmond in their lineup. He's really been struggling. McMahon, 23 years old. Third baseman when he began his minor league career.
He was the Rockies minor league player of the year last year, and minorleaguebaseball.com fans' choice of the best offensive player in the minor leagues. Hit .326 at AA, .374 at AAA.
Nice foul. Tuck McGraw look-alike behind home plate there. You might see him here in a second. Hey! Phillies cap.
You gotta believe. I'm going witness protection program there.
Still 0-2.
Yeah, McMahon's got a good swing. So he was a yard goat and then an isotope. AA and AAA. The Hartford Yard Goats and the Albuquerque Isotopes.
Topes McGoats.
Will Clarkish in the box.
Yeah. Low. All right, let's do a little side by side. Last start. And then tonight.
Yeah, and we'll see if he goes back to that double leg pump at some point. But again, I mean, for me, just watching that, when I first saw him do it, I thought that would be a little tough to maintain your balance, to have that little extra move there. Apparently that's some warm ink.
A couple of these at bats have been extended by multiple foul balls. Blackman before he struck out looking in the first, and now McMahon here in the second.
And McMahon was expected to get a lot of playing time at first base this year until they re-signed Carlos Gonzalez, and then the thought being that if Gonzalez is in the outfield every day, Desmond's going to have to get a lot of at-bats at first base, and this kid might get pinched.
Darvish will head over to the bag and accept the throw from Rizzo. 1-2-3, 1-2-3 for Darvish to start this one. 2-0 Cubs.
April 26th when the Cubs take on the Brewers. Show your support by purchasing specially priced tickets through the Community Nights page. A portion of net proceeds from the Autism Awareness Night will be donated to Autism Speaks. For more information, visit cubs.com/community nights.
Third inning, 1 strike on Albert Almora. Here's the pitch. Off the outside. Single and a run in the first. 5 for 7 in the series. So is Baez, and he's on deck.
Almora very adept on getting on top of that high pitch. He has made frequent use of center and right field here lately.
Fifth start, second at home for Anderson. Second career start against the Cubs. Foul territory, long run for McMahon, and he'll come up short.
Anderson pitched against the Cubs August of 2016. Got a no decision, allowed 5 runs in 7 innings. Dexter Fowler and Addison Russell hit home runs off of him in that ball game. Take.
The configuration of this ballpark is interesting, with the sun casting incredibly long shadows. See DJ LeMahieu, his shadow looks like it's about 40 feet long. Almora draws the walk. Time now for T-Mobile, built for baseball. Right center field, Javier Baez with a home run. Whoa, baby. Game winner in the 12th in his major league debut, and it looked a lot like the home run he hit last night. Built for baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Well, landed in pretty much the same spot. He's hit 5 now here in this ballpark.
Swing and a miss. On the play, Almora advances to second. 2 days after that big league debut, he hit 2 homers in a game here.
Pass ball charged to Walters there.
Rockies have been playing good defense until last night. A little shaky in a couple moments. Cubs have taken full advantage in this series for sure. That's tap foul.
Oops. Yeah, not only scored 16 runs last night, but they played good defense. Kris Bryant, 2 or 3 outstanding plays down at third base. Kyle Hendricks, after a bumpy start, pitched well to earn his first win of the year. See if he can get a positive outcome here with 2 strikes, at least put the ball in play and see if he could advance Almora. Oof. Wow, that was a brazen pitch on 0-2. You think back to the ball Happ hit on 0-2 to right field. That was a bit of a cookie, and here's another one.
Low and in to make it 1-2.
Second time through the order has been a big issue for Anderson so far this year. Opposing hitters batting .379 against him in those situations through his first 4 starts.
John Gray, last night's starter. 5+ gave up 7 runs, 5 were earned. Almora takes off for third. Baez thrown out at first.
All right, well, nice job putting it in play. Good base running by Almora.
Yeah, that'll go down in the box score as an 0 for 1 and a 6-3 ground out, but that's where a 6-3 ground out's way better than a strikeout.
Yeah.
Some strikeouts are just outs. That would have kept the runner at second. Instead, the infield comes in against Kris Bryant with 1 out in the inning. And he takes low. Kris had to borrow an outfielder's glove, I believe, tonight. When I talked to him about 3 hours before the game, he said he did not have his outfield glove with him. He mentioned his 24th career start in right, 67th outfield start in the big leagues.
Interesting that Buddy Black's pulling his infield end this early in the game here at Coors Field.
Well, they're not scoring runs.
Yeah, and Darvish is throwing the ball pretty well right now, so this would be kind of atypical from what you would expect for Black to do here this early in the game, especially at this point in the Cubs lineup. I would really be surprised if he threw him a challenge heater here. He's approached him so far. I don't think they would stick with that approach.
Fastball was in the zone, not by much, and Kris went after it in an RBI spot. Cubs are scoring 5.82 runs per game, best in the NL. He walked him. 2 walks in the inning. Here comes Rizzo.
Great example there of being willing to accept the walk. Had 1 pitch in the at bat to swing at, took a whack at it, fouled it back. Overly aggressive hitter there, maybe gets jammed by that cutter in on the hands.
What the little conversations that are had during games. It looked like Rizzo and Jordan Baker had a very quick chat. I wonder if it was about the called strike 3 in the first inning.
I would bet it was.
Might an umpire swing and a miss, because he knows Anthony's going to go look at it, right? Might an umpire say, was it a strike?
He might,
knowing that Rizzo can look at the video.
Or, he may have just said, I thought it was a good pitch. Maybe I missed it. You know, sometimes I think John McSherry was famous for just being very blunt with guy. I blew it. Sorry, man.
Anderson throws over. There's that pitch Rizzo thought might be ball 4. Popped him up. Anthony wants to shatter the bat, but he won't. As LeMahieu makes the grab.
Tough night for Anthony last night and a tough start so far here tonight. Rung up on a pitch that appeared to be down, and now in an RBI situation pops up on the infield.
And the strikeout in the first was second and third, 1 out.
Well, Contreras delivered the double, picking him up, so here's another opportunity for Wilson to be a hero.
Feel free to mention he still hasn't homered. See, I gave you a chance. So Anderson works around 2 walks. Cubs strand them both, lead 2-0 midway in the 3rd inning. Moment later on in tonight's game. Fans were making themselves heard last night. We were walking out of the ballpark and we were hearing choruses of "Go Cubs Go."
Yeah, they're chanting Javi's name, and very raucous group of Cub fans here last night.
First pitch strike on Mike Tauchman, who's from Palatine, Illinois, went to Bradley University. He's getting the start in left field tonight. At the Friend High School, 10th round pick of the Rocks out of Bradley in 2013.
Had a little big league time with the Rockies last year. Really tore it up at AAA. Batted .331 at Albuquerque. 16 home runs. He never really hit for much power prior to last year.
A bit of a playoff trip for the Cubs. Right? About the time we finish our game tomorrow, the Colorado Avalanche will host the Nashville Predators. Game 6 of their first round Stanley Cup playoff series, trailing 3-2. And while we're in Cleveland, I believe the Cavaliers will be hosting the Pacers in their playoff series.
This is all first round stuff, right? this stage of the game.
Now the Cubs have quite a connection with LeBron.
Yeah.
Well, we got here in 2015, or in Cleveland. We got to our hotel before the series against the Indians. And as we checked in, members of the Golden State Warriors in their uniforms were walking into the hotel celebrating the NBA championship. And then during the World Series, the Cavs were opening up their season right next door, and LeBron came over and was in a suite late in one of those games. Yeah. Bryant makes the catch. Tauchman retired. One away.
Check out the variety of luxury premier options that Wrigley Field has to offer for your next client, corporate, or family function. Like the all-inclusive Fannie Mae suite located in center field. Visit Cubs.com/premier for an option that fits your needs. LeBron would have been a third baseman or a corner outfielder.
Here's Walters. Like the Cubs' two catchers, he was originally an infielder. Started his minor league career as a shortstop and then began catching. He came up in the Cleveland organization.
Great hands behind the plate, very athletic, and he throws well. Does a good job controlling the running game.
He came in with the best catcher's ERA in the NL at 2.00. Darvish with a 2-0. Missed again. 3 balls, no strikes. He went 3-0 on somebody earlier, but came back to get the out. He's retired the first 7 he's faced.
I'm betting Tony doesn't finish the year with the best catcher's ERA.
I would probably agree. There's their first base runner on a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Anderson.
Yeah, it's a frustrating walk, I'm sure, for Jim Hickey and Joe Madden with the 8-hole hitter up there. Anderson likely will be asked to drop a bunt down here. Hughes' job here is don't try to get too fancy here. Just throw it in there and let him bunt it. Got 1 out in the inning. Get it out and move on.
Infield pretty shallow. Might not even come into play as Anderson is trying to get down the bunt, and he does. There's Otabayez for the out. There at second, 2 gone. Mayhew flied to right to lead off the Rockies first. Josh and Melissa Hurd traveled from the Midwest for the game tonight, honoring Melissa's late father, Jim Kupsko, who passed away 15 years ago today. Here's the pitch. Apparently low, ball 1.
I guess that tall umpire not calling the low strike applies on occasion.
Everything in moderation, JD. Or so we're told.
That wasn't it's borderline, probably down a little bit. I'd be curious to know if his zone changes as the game goes on, because he's such a tall guy and he has to squat to get down there, get at eye level at the top of the strike zone. He has to work hard, especially in the modern game. They're all 3 hours and change, especially in this ballpark.
Well, Mayhew's not a small man, but Baker towers over him at 6'7", 240. Almora will make the catch on the warning track. Right in front of the Cubs bullpen. Saved a run and keeps the Rockies off the hit board.
I love the catch. I really love the reaction. Yes, sir.
2-0 after 3. This one down. What a play. And a ground ball into left. Ian Happ with a leadoff hit. Leadoff man has reached 3 out of 4 times tonight.
2 good swings for Ian. Deep drive to right field for a fly out first time. Now solid single here. Well, that was the thing. 6 out of 9 times last night the Cubs had their leadoff man reach. Only gone 3 up, 3 down once, I think, in the last 2 games plus 4 innings here tonight.
Russell batting 7th. Hits with a man on and nobody out. Shows bunt. Takes high. Looks like Gleyber Torres is headed to the major leagues with the Yankees. Acquired from the Cubs in the Aroldis Chapman deal. Off to a blistering start at AAA, adding 370. He is just 21 years old.
Big time prospect, and the Cubs knew it when they made the move, but when you're in go for it mode, sometimes you have to swallow hard and pull the trigger.
Popped up right side, and McMahon put it in his pocket. Time for Xfinity high-speed action, powered by Xfinity. David Bowie with a double in his first major league plate appearance, with his family in person watching. He got thrown out at third, but still lots of high fives and back pats in the dugout, and a hug from Albert Almora.
And there you see the real value of bringing a young player into minor league camp. He's been there for a couple of years now, but chance to be around the club. So when you get called up in a situation like this, you are more comfortable.
By the way, speaking of Torres, might play second or third. He's a shortstop by trade. We'll keep an eye on him with the Yankees coming up. Bounced foul to third. And it's a lot easier to root for a guy like Torres if you're a Cubs fan after your team won the World Series following the trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't play that what-if game quite so much.
Or how could we have given that guy up? Well, won a World Series.
And you look at the Cubs' current infield, it's not like there's a lot of room for him. One and two to Bowie.
Lifetime .350 on base percentage as a minor leaguer, so he's shown the ability to work a walk.
I remember talking with Joe during spring training. We often say spring training doesn't matter, but it does in some ways, and I think for Ryan Court, who we could see later this year at some point if needed, and Bowie. Joe noticed that Bowie can catch the ball. That matters a lot. Called strike three. On a borderline pitch, two down here in the fourth inning.
Well, pitcher's pitch at the bottom of the knees. Pop thought it was low. Mom thought the umpire was picking on her kid.
Strike to Darvish. Oh, 0-2. Anderson worked around 2 walks in the third. He's given up base runners in every inning. Happ will hold at first. Brewers trailing at home against Miami 5-4 as they go to the 8th. Mentioned the Pirates lost in Philadelphia. Red hot Phillies, a 6-2 winner. Rhys Hoskins with a big home run. Called strike 3. So Happ singled to start it, but he ended up stranded at first, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-0 Cubs. Sports Chicago. Join Lawrence Holmes, Alex Brown, and Hub Arkish as they break down the big day for the Bears. NFL Draft Central Preview Show Wednesday at 10:30. Hey, we want to give a shout out to Jake Shapiro, who will be graduating from Colorado here in a few weeks. He grew up in Highland Park, went to high school and college in Boulder, and inspiring broadcaster covering the Rockies and hanging with us in the booth. So good to see Jake.
Jake's a grinder, man. Did a lacrosse game this afternoon.
Yeah.
He was out here at the ballpark tonight.
Gave us some good intel on David Bowie as well in their Legion Ball days. Here's Parra. Rockies with one base runner tonight. That was the Walters walk in the third. And they should have been on the board, but Albert Almora robbed LeMahieu of at least a double, probably three. And a great catch to end the third. Albert coming way in this time, now in cruise mode. We'll bring up Blackman.
Yeah, you get your steps in if you play the outfield here, especially center. Blackman last night was running all over the place out there. The Cubs were pinging the ball all over the diamond. I think that Blackman's got the best walk-up song in the game.
The outfield?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, whenever you get the crowd singing, you know it's good. He came to the plate 725 times last year and led the majors with 213 hits, 14 triples, 387 total bases, and scored 137 runs. The 11th Rocky to win an NL batting title in 25 years.
Oh my. Premeditated there.
Jarvis coach, should I throw that one again? Mighty swing.
Apparently he's willing to expand down. Look where it is on our pitch cast.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Darvish can't believe it. 2 down.
Just chalked that one up. Very bad at bat for Blackman. He's had 2 balls in the dirt.
Arenado with 2 down, nobody on. 4th inning. Jose Quintana will go tomorrow. No Tyler Chatwood this weekend. I'm sure he had to be a little disappointed the way the schedule worked out. So all these postponements, he's probably going, oh man, I want to pitch against my old team. Although your thing as a pitcher is
nobody
maybe
wants
not.
to pitch here. Nobody wants to pitch here. And yeah, I think for him, you'd want to come here and just see your old teammates.
Okay. We'll ask him.
Well, even he may say he wanted to pitch here because
you don't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anybody ever wants to pitch here.
One ball, one strike. Hammered foul to left.
I would have asked for a non-Coors Field clause in my contract.
Verizon projected starters: Quintana, the lefty, Marquez, the righty. Tomorrow afternoon, right here on NBC Sports Chicago.
Supposed to be a warmer day with some sunshine. Should be a good day to play ball, and then off we go to Cleveland.
It would be like the Larry Walker clause. I refuse to face Randy Johnson. Lined, and Baez tried to time his leap, but out of his reach, and the Rockies have their first hit, a 2-out single for Arenado here in the fourth, his fourth hit of the series.
Yeah, home run on the first pitch he saw last night after serving that 5-game suspension. Just an elite player. I mean, look at that. I mean, everything's out on that front foot, but he keeps the hands back. Not a pretty swing, but it was effective.
First pitch he saw last night. Gave the Rockies a 3-2 lead. And give credit to Kyle Hendricks. After that rough first inning, he settled in, didn't walk anybody. And he got his first win of the year. And that's got to be demoralizing, especially pitching here, right? Give up a 3 spot in the first after your team gave you a quick lead.
Yeah.
You think, oh man, it's going to be a long, long night.
And there was one, you know, I can't remember exactly when it transpired, but there was a moment where Contreras threw the ball back to him, and Kyle kind of snapped it and showed a little anger, a little free. You never see that from Kyle. So did a real nice job settling in, posting 4 zeros after that first inning. It's easy in this ballpark to get too defensive as a pitcher because so many bad things could happen to you when the ball's in play. So you start nibbling and then you end up walking people and you just compound the problem.
Tonight, and Darvish will become the 4th winningest Japanese-born pitcher in Major League history, currently tied with Daisuke Matsuzaka, 56 wins. Called, strike 3. That's it for the Rockies in the 4th as they strand Arenado off to the 5th. 2-0 Cubs. The Chicago Cubs into your X1 voice remote. Get live team stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Also like to welcome all our viewers watching and streaming the Cubs on NBC Sports Chicago, MTC Communications in Hancock and McDonough counties in Illinois. Third time through, and a swing and a miss by Almora. He's had a big series. Career high 4 hits last night. Leadoff single and a run in the first. A walk in the third, and saved a run with his glove. Drives that one out into deep left. And it's going to get to the wall. That's a double for Almora.
And Rockies thought they had him set up for the fastball after the bad swing at the changeup, but he sniffed it out. He was all over that high heater. Talked about that first time up. He's good. Fastball's up. And he smoked that one. Tauchman, not the most efficient route. I don't think it mattered. I don't think he was going to make a play on this ball anyway. But broke directly across and then had to belly back towards the wall. Third reach of the night for Albert. Single walk, double, and a brilliant play in center field.
Here's a pitch to Baez. Almora tagged out, double play. What a play by Arenado, and Almora overly aggressive. So that's a base running mistake. Plus, I would say Arenado is as good as it gets over there doing this kind of thing. That's a great play.
Yeah, he's just got great instincts, and he's so aggressive charging the ball. Obviously, Albert should have stayed put, and then part two, just slam on the brakes and retreat, and kind of like a runner going from first to second on a ground ball to the right side. Don't get tagged there.
So Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage, beginning his career with 5 straight Gold Gloves. Yeah, I think Almora's read probably was Arenado's fielding it. I'm going to elude him, but he didn't.
Yeah, and I think the play there, it's a slowly hit ball, so you can drift off the bag a little bit and then read the play, and if you think you got a chance to get to third base on the throw, do it that way. So just kind of hold your ground instead of taking off here on that ball in front of you. The Cubs, throughout spring training and here in the early going, they've been very aggressive on the bases. That's what Joe has talked about. Brian Butterfield doing a lot of work with the base runners. They want to push, and every now and then you run into a bad out.
Swing and a miss, and quickly this inning comes to an end after Almora led off the inning with a double. Bottom 5, 2-0 for the visitors.
Hey, thanks, Cap. On Monday, April 30th, it's restaurateurs, bartenders, and barista professionals night at the ballpark. All participants 21 and older who purchase tickets through the Cubs Community Nights page will receive a pair of Cubs-themed texting gloves presented by Jim Beam. For more information, visit cubs.com/communitynights.
First pitch swinging. Ryan McMahon bounces to Rizzo.
Five pitches for Darvish. In pretty good shape with the pitch count. We talked about at the outset, this is his first ever start in this ballpark. So far, so good. Pitched against the Rockies once last year at Dodger Stadium. That did not go well at all. 4 1/3, 5 runs allowed.
All lefties here in the 5th. McMahon, Tauchman, Walters. And if anybody gets on, the pitcher Anderson, also left-handed bat. A little low. 2 balls, no strikes. C.J. Cron with a couple of home runs. And the Rays pummeled the Twins 10-1. The final. Indians shut out the Orioles. Mike Clevenger with a 2-hitter's first career complete game. Game at Camden Yards. Tauchman aboard with 1 out. They bring up Walters, who walked back in the 3rd. Cardinals holding off the Reds 4-3. Yadier Molina with the go-ahead home run in the 7th. And Scooter Gennett with the bases loaded get into a game-ending double play against hard-throwing Jordan Hicks. Reds are 3-17.
Interesting that Mike Matheny used Hicks to finish off that ball game. He had been using Bud Norris. Norris worked yesterday, so he may have been down. The assumption is
2 1/3.
Yeah. And the assumption is that Greg Holland ultimately will become that guy, but we'll see. Hicks is the kid that throws 100 miles an hour.
Throw to first, close, but he got back in.
If you wander, you must retreat, or Contreras will get you. Tauchman can run a little bit. Decent stolen base numbers in the minor leagues. Darvish is not quick to home plate. Contreras, however, is very quick.
Pop fly left center. Almora had a little issue finding the ball originally. Makes the catch, 2 down.
Well, interesting that you say that, because as I look out there, it's a dark outfield, isn't it?
Yeah,
it doesn't look to me like it's a particularly well lit outfield.
Just could be our angle. But
yeah, maybe.
I think also because the lights haven't taken full effect just yet. It also could be that your eyesight's failing you.
Well, I know that's for sure. What's the candle power of these lights? How many lumens are they?
Ball 1 to the pitcher.
It starts to get into your head a little bit. You've got the opposing pitcher up there. He's not been very proficient with the bat in his career. All of a sudden, you're 2-0.
Yeah, he does have one home run. That was a couple of years ago off Jared Eichhoff of the Phillies, and that missed.
Taking all the way there, showing bunt just to try to distract Darvish a little bit.
Three 3-0 on Anderson. LeMahieu on deck.
Block out the hitter and play catch with the catcher. Sure what that was all about. Maybe he wanted to clear his mind.
Second walk of the inning.
Yeah, in the third one of the game, they've all been at the bottom of the order.
Here comes the pitching coach.
Talkman and Anderson here, and then Walters with one out in the third. Little pink elephant walk. Miss ball one, ball two, and the negative thoughts start to creep into your head. You're like, oh man, don't walk the pitcher. And instead of executing pitches, you're worried about what you don't want to do, and that usually leads you down a bad road.
The LSU product, LeMahieu. Big league debut as a Cub in 2011.
Tough out, always been good in these situations. Took a great play from Almora to get him last time.
Slider low.
Not a bad idea to come off the fastball there after missing with the pitcher up there. Just got to change it up a little bit. And LeMahieu is a very patient hitter, but in this situation, he's not going to be passive. He's looking to swing.
A different Yu Darvish tonight in terms of his leg kick. Bringing in a lot more cutters. Few split changes. And hit a ton. That is major trouble. And it's going to bounce out of play. And that is a break for the Cubs. The Rockies get a run, but that's it. Automatic double for LeMahieu. Can't believe it. Well, he hit that ball 400 feet, but it bounced out of play.
He's such a good hitter, and you normally think of him in his ability to go the other way, but he leans on this one. He's hit 5 home runs this year, so he is changing his approach, showing a willingness to pull the ball and lift the ball maybe a little bit more. He only hit 8 home runs all of last year. The 5th inning, that was Darvish's undoing in his last start.
Parra with 2 in scoring position in a 2-1 ball game. Ground ball, base hit. LeMahieu around third, and he will score. And the Rockies all of a sudden have the lead. Took 2 pitches. LeMahieu's double, Parra's single.
All set up by the walk to Anderson, the opposing pitcher.
last at bat, Blackman swung at 2 pitches. They were about 5 feet out of the strike zone. Bounced near the plate. Low for ball 1. Prior to this inning, the Rockies had 1 hit in the first 4. That was a 2-out Arenado base hit in the 4th.
And Darvish, one of those guys, when you look at his career numbers, we talk so much about first time through the order, second time through, third time through. His stuff has been so good. His pitch is such an elite level that you don't see those big spikes career-wise for him in these situations. But so far, what we've seen this year is just he's had a hard time establishing secondary pitches to get guys off his fastball, cutter, or slider combination. You know, he shapes that cutter or slider. But, you know, like the splitters he tried early in the game, it just didn't have good action.
Runner goes, and he's safe. Parra steals second base. Meantime, 2-1 on Blackman. They are staying down, down, down for the most part after that last at bat. On the inside, it's 2-2. Look out. Johnny Diaz took one off the right leg. Says he's fine. Another 2-2 serve, and he's running full. Arenado waits on deck.
How many times it's the anatomy of a big inning? Either a bad walk or a misplay. It's the bottom of the order. The lineup turns over.
Jim Hickey on the phone to the bullpen. Three-2 Rockies. Back-to-back run-scoring hits. Here with 2 outs in the 5th. LeMahieu the RBI double. Parra with a go-ahead 2-run single. Blackman walked. And now Darvish works to Arenado, and the pitch is low.
Ryan Dunsing and likely in a hurry here.
This will be the 90th pitch for Darvish. Base hit left field. Parra around third. Haps throw. late. 4-2.
Second hit of the night for Arenado. That throw would have had to be right on the money to have any chance at all. It was up the line a little bit.
Story will be the 9th Rocky here in the 5th. 3 walks, 3 hits, 4 runs. Swing and a miss.
Dangerous pitch. You got him by it at 94. Story has struck out twice tonight, but he has big time power.
Out of the rosin bag. Going to get this elusive 3rd out.
Either way, this is going to be his last hitter.
Thought he had him. I saw Contreras was set up well off the plate. More trouble. Blackman scores. Arenado to 3rd. It's 5-2. Floodgates have opened here in the bottom of the 5th. And that will be it for Darvish.
Will be the 3rd time in 4 starts that you has not been able to make it through 5 innings.
Brian Dunsing coming on when we come back. Trying to put out the fire. Facing left-handed hitting Ryan McMahon, who made the first out, and he has a chance to make the final out. But they've scored 5 times, and they have 2 more in scoring position.
You would have to call this a high leverage situation for Dunsing, even though it's only the 5th inning, down 3 with 2 in scoring position. He's been lights out so far this year.
McMahon has grounded to Rizzo twice. 1 ball, 1 strike on him. Ryan is set at the belt. Here's his pitch. 1-2. Renato at third, Story at second. Smothered by the catcher Contreras. 2-2. Talked so much about the Cubs bats these last couple of games. This is the type of inning the Rockies have been looking for here early in the season. After a sluggish start. Bouncer to Baez. And that will do it, but a lot of damage done. 10 batters come to the plate, half of them score, and the Cubs are down 3 now after 5. You can follow our Cubs insiders on NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. So some work to be done with the bats. Cubs got 2 in the first, nothing since. They've had chances.
Lost a couple base runners. Caught stealing and a bad decision.
Rizzo takes ball 1 from Anderson.
Just flipping back through my scorebook here. Darvish has made 4 starts. He's allowed 12 runs in the 5th inning of those starts.
Yeah, it's been the big inning that has been his undoing.
So it's you know, I think a good bit of it is just not having that secondary pitch working effectively. Fastball command wasn't good tonight.
Bunted by Rizzo. Walters will pounce on it. High throw, but no problem for McMahon.
Well, Anthony's struggling and trying to find a way to get something started here. It wasn't a bad idea. He just needs to push it further out away from Walters, who we've talked about, started his career as an infielder. He's one of the more athletic catchers in the league.
Contreras knocked in those 2 with the double off the top of the wall in left in the 1st inning. Ball 1.
With the win last night, the Cubs have won back-to-back games for the 2nd time this year. They've not yet won 3 in a row.
Well, they have been stuck at the 500 mark at every point through 8. 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, etc. He went into tonight at 9-8. Taking all the way, and it's ball 3. Three and 1.
Still put him in a box. Make sure you get a pitch you can drive here. Ooh, wow. It's under it maybe, a little late.
Rolled right to LeMahieu, who's won 2 Gold Gloves. Look at MLB news and notes for this Saturday. Matt Harvey's going to the bullpen after getting off to a slow start, and this is very scary, and certainly Danny Farquhar is in our thoughts and prayers. A ruptured aneurysm that caused a brain hemorrhage last night. Stable but critical at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago. Happ with 2 outs. He went.
Last time I checked, the White Sox were getting thumped by the Astros again tonight, and I think it would be awfully difficult for those guys to be focused on baseball tonight.
Yep. Anderson is looking for his first 1-2-3 tonight.
Likes to run that cutter in under the hands of the right-handed hitters. That in combination with a fading changeup down and away. Good little mix for him. Looks like he's got a little deception to his heater too.
Quick pitch, foul.
He's got that funky leg kick, and you know, we've seen the quick pitch on occasion. He's got a quick arm stroke.
Fly to right, and Parra drifts over. And right on that chalk line, he makes the grab. So the Cubs go in order for the first time, trailing now 5-2.
Monday, May 7th is Firefighter Appreciation Night at Wrigley Field. First pitch 7:05. The Marlins are in town. All participants who purchase tickets through the Cubs Community Nights page receive a Cubs-themed travel tumbler. For more information, visit Cubs.com/communitynights.
Curveball low on Mike Tauchman. 5-2 Rockies, all their runs coming in the 5th inning. All charge to Yu Darvish.
Yeah, Brian got squeezed a little bit on that first one.
Tigers pounded the Royals today 12-4. Detroit now has won 5 of 6. The Royals off to an unsightly 4-15 start.
Jake Mcghee in the Rockies pen. Darvish 4 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned. He walked 4, struck out 4. Hughes' ERA after tonight 6.86.
Jesus Aguilar walk-off homer. Brewers beat the Marlins 6-5. Tied it in the 8th, won it in the 9th. Milwaukee improving to 13-9.
Yeah, they had some struggles initially with the bullpen after Corey Knebel went on the disabled list, but it seemed to be as big of an issue of late here. 5 wins in a row for Milwaukee.
So the Pirates dropping out of first place. Cardinals and Brewers are now ahead of them in the standings. It's early.
Yeah, but it is early, but it's one of the fun things, I know, from the fans' point of view. And it used to be newspapers, like a lot of people now, it's either on your laptop or your iPad or something, you know, kind of every morning, check the standings, check the box scores. I don't know if fans still do that, but I used to do it all the time. imagine most fans are probably more like watching the highlight shows to get the daily recap than necessarily poring over box scores.
Tauchman takes ball 4. He's walked twice tonight. Walters the batter. 0 for 1 with a free pass. See that 25 patch on the right arm. Rockies and Marlins celebrating their 25th anniversary seasons. Other expansion teams as well. The Rays and the Diamondbacks celebrating their 20th. Bunted foul. Bunt and run.
Yeah, a little run and bunt. Yeah. And Tauchman had a short lead, but a huge jump.
Typically, when you see a guy running and then a bunt, you wonder about a missed sign somewhere.
Well, and I think, but it's probably with the lefty on the mound, assuming they're not going to get a good jump, and Contreras behind the plate. Buddy's probably thinking, let's if we can get a bunt down, make sure we get him there.
He goes again. Walters somehow didn't get hit, and the throw is late. Dunsing had to get out of the way. That was a bizarre looking sequence.
Yeah, I don't know how this didn't hit Walters, and Contreras did all he could just to get a throw off.
The second career stolen base for Tauchman. Woodrow Stroke cranking it up.
Pitcher spot is due next. Pat Valleca is out on deck to hit for Anderson.
Well, there were times where you probably would say Tyler Anderson just survived tonight, but got to give him credit. He got out of a couple of jams and seemed to get better as the game went on.
Yeah, I think he didn't have real good feel early on. Starting to get better touch with the changeup.
This time Walters gets hit. Oh, weird at bat that was.
Brian just needs to recalibrate a little bit with that breaking pitch. Talk a lot about it at Coors Field. Guys who like to throw the curveball sometimes have difficulty. It just doesn't take the break at altitudes. You have to really finish that pitch, really snap it off, and maybe that's what was going on there. Just feeling a need to overthrow that pitch. The other part of it too, and this might have been an issue with Darvish tonight as well. Cold night, dexterity, the hands, the fingers, sometimes the breaking pitches, the splitters, pitches like that can be hard to control.
Schwarber and Strope will enter the ball game. It's 5-2 Rockies, and they're threatening to get more here in the 6th. We'll be right back.
by ATI Physical Therapy and Ideal Industries. Young sluggers ages 5 to 13 have the chance to suit up in Cubs gear, meet a current Cub player during a VIP Wrigley Field visit, and receive top-notch baseball instruction. Enroll now at any of the 8 Chicagoland locations. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information.
Schwarber in left, batting ninth. Pedro Strop. Bunt by Valaika. Out at third. Nice play by Rizzo. They get Tachman for the first out. So Valaika with a fielder's choice. First and second, one out. And it'll bring up LeMahieu.
Almost like he was trying to push that one by Anthony towards the line. Anthony charges so aggressively, and everybody around the game knows it. Bunting it within his circle there. That's a high-risk proposition. He's so good at defending that bunt.
Strop began his pro career in the Rockies system as an infielder. Big RBI double by LeMahieu to get the Rockies on the board in the fifth.
So the numbers on Pedro: 3.68 ERA, 3 runs allowed. They all came in his last outing against St. Louis. Prior to that, he had pitched scoreless baseball.
First game he ever played as a professional was in the Rookie League, Pioneer League for Casper with a C. Back in 2003, Strop was 18 years old and he played third base. He said, I could catch the ball on the infield, I just couldn't hit a slider.
Well,
he's right.
He suggestion would have been don't swing at it then.
Hit about 200.
That's the problem. I think the best hitters are the guys who identify what they can handle and what they can't handle, and they just don't swing at it. And of course, pitch recognition is a big part of it, and some are much better than others at doing that. Teams around baseball now using neuroscientists to study the brain and how hitters react to a huge jump.
Bouncer picked by Bodie, and he'll get LeMahieu. Nicely done by Bodie on a short hop. So second and third, 2 outs.
He's getting a little frisky here, starting all these base runners. Good work here by Bodie. See, he's cheating towards the bag with the base runner going, but he doesn't want to completely abandon ship there with the pitch being delivered. That's great work by David Bodie. He'll get a little fist bump from Brian Butterfield when he gets back to the dugout.
Teams have not run a lot against the Cubs. They certainly hadn't done it very successfully. But the Rockies very aggressive tonight, as you mentioned. As Parra digs in, go ahead 2-run single. His last time up. Fouled out of play.
Just checking that roster for that team that Stropey played on in Casper in 03. Jonathan Herrera, our old buddy.
Yeah.
And Ian Stewart were both on that club.
So 3 guys who ended up playing for the Cubs. Way down the road. They weren't the Ghosts.
I thought they'd be the Lens, the battling Lens. Run saver.
Well, my last name's Casper. I've never been to Wyoming. Go figure.
Probably get a free meal there. So
I'll get there one day.
funny. My first name is Jim, and I haven't been to the gym in 20 years.
Well played. Foul tip to end the inning. They strand 2. They go to the 7th from Coors Field. Rockies 5, Cubs 2. Teams baseball night in Chicago. Join Doug Glanville and Layla Rahimi Monday at 6:30 right here on NBC Sports Chicago. David Bowie and Chili Davis going over the Jake Mcghee scouting report.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. They got video queued up there that he can look at and just get some sense of what it looks like with Mcghee. How meaningful that is, but just looking for anything, any little nugget you can kind of hang on to. Mcghee has a high percentage of fastballs. He's pitching for the 10th time this year, and he's got a 2.16 ERA. This is year 3 for him in a Rocky uniform.
From Sparks, Nevada, and pitched and came to the big leagues under Joe Madden, and Jim Hicks was his pitching coach. Rockies re-signed him to a 3-year contract over the winter. First pitch strike.
Just kind of glides it in there. 91 to 93. Maybe touch 94, but not one of the big arms that you see out of the major league bullpens this year, but very effective with his fastball. So, fastball, you're looking at fastballs, you're looking at velocity, location, movement, and/or deception. And I think Mcgee's got location and deception on his side, even though he's not a real hard thrower. Maybe the best example of it in the game today is Bartolo Colon. He throws 87 to 89 and throws a fastball almost every pitch. And when he's on his game, he'll go through a lineup 3 times doing that. Up and down with movement.
Careful.
Full on scramble there.
Roller to Trevor Story. One away here in the Cubs' 7th. Now Bowie, who doubled in his first major league at bat, was caught stealing at third. He struck out looking in the 4th.
Schwarber, who came in the double switch, will be next.
Final on the south side of Chicago as the Astros beat the White Sox 10-1. Braves got a 9th inning run. Beat the Mets. Bunt single by Ender Inciarte. Played with Johan Camargo. Well, they scored 2 in the 8th. They were down 3-0. And then 2 in the 9th to win it. One save and a loss for Jeurys Familia. Fouled out of play off to the right. Did you see Hector Rondon's comments?
No, what did Hector say?
Chicago writers, you know, just mentioned the Astros are playing the White Sox. Basically said the Astros way better than the Cubs. Of course, he's got to say that in his new team, but
Well, he doesn't have to. Dallas Keuchel said this spring, he said, we won't have a World Series hangover. We're better than the Cubs.
Maybe a little bulletin board material if there's a matchup later. Bowie swings and misses for out number 2.
That is a really good team they've got over there. The pitching has been outstanding. Talking with Big Charlie Kerfeld, who scouts for the Phillies. He's here this weekend, and he saw the Astros recently and was just really impressed with that rotation.
Was that Keuchel tonight?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. He got his first win. His ERA down to 3.10. Ranking what, 4th?
Yeah, he's the slouch of the bunch.
Schwarber's first at bat, and he pulls one on the ground. Nice play as McMahon left his feet. That'll go 3-1. Stretch time here in Denver. It's the Rockies 5 and the Cubs 2.
First pitch 7:05 and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a KW rooftop flag presented by Pepsi. Tickets are still available for the game at Cubs.com. That's one day after the 20th anniversary of Kerry Wood's 20 strikeout game.
Mania no hitting the Red Sox through 6 tonight in Oakland. Keep an eye on that one. 3-0 A's. Walked 1 and struck out 8. A cold night tonight here in Denver. 1-1 on Charlie Blackmon. Up and in, 2-1. I don't know if it's 37. It's been that. Said that before we started. The official temperature was 41. Literally, it was 37 all night last night too.
Hey, speaking of 37,
there you go. That's a good segue.
Lester's dressed for 37.
Swing and a miss. Full count.
We're having a hard time laying off that low ball.
Adam Ottavino. That crossfire action. They call him Mr. Zero. Ball 4.
Sense that Blackmon bound and determined there on that 3-2 offering to force Strop to get the ball up a little bit.
Blackmon used to run a lot. He stole 43 bases in 2015. 1 for 1 so far this year.
Fourteen steals last year, but he was caught 10 times.
Typically, when your home run numbers go way up, your stolen base totals go way down. So 2015, 17 homers, 43 steals. The next year, 29 homers, 17 steals. 3 consecutive 130-plus RBI campaigns. Swing and a miss. Awkward on that cut. 1-2.
Good job there by Contreras, using his chest protector to block that ball as opposed to trying to pick it.
Not hit very hard. Bowie will charge it and get Arenado at first. Story now. They had an RBI double in the 5th. And the Rockies Scored 5 times to take the lead. It's one way to stay warm. Stories from Irving, Texas.
He can hit that ball a long way up in the zone like that, but he swings and misses a lot too. It's a high risk, high reward pitch.
First player ever to homer in his first 4 games in the major leagues. He homered 6 times in that span. That was 2 seasons ago. First player ever to homer twice in a debut on opening day. He homered off Zach Greinke twice.
At 21 home runs before the All-Star break in 2016, tied for the most all-time by a National League rookie, tying Dave Kingman and Albert Pujols.
And then a thumb injury ended that season early. One out, runner at second. Rockies lead 5-2.
Strop telling Contreras that he couldn't see the signs, wanting to push his fingers down a little lower.
A foul pop-up. And Rizzo's got room right in front of the Rockies dugout. Left-handed hitting Ryan McMahon coming up, and Joe will make a move. He wants Justin Wilson. So a pitching change in the 7th. 5-2 Colorado. Will be back. Party Thursday at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Bridgeport. The fun starts at 5:30 with a taping of Beer Money, followed by Sports Talk Live on location. Then watch live NFL draft reaction with Lawrence Holmes and Alex Brown. This kid's got some moves. It's Justin Wilson with a man at second base and 2 outs. The batter is Ryan McMahon. First pitch, fastball, strike.
Justin worked an inning in the ball game last night, allowed a hit, a couple of walks, and a run, had a strikeout. Dunsing has already worked. Montgomery threw a lot of pitches in the ball game last night, so he would not be available tonight.
Low. Cubs have been hovering around 500. Nationals 10-10. They're at the Dodgers this weekend. LA leads 1-0 in the 6th. Dodgers are 8-10. Nationals are in 4th. Cubs are in 4th. Dodgers are in 3rd. 3 teams, just about everybody had winning their divisions. And
sluggish start for the super teams. Yeah,
still early. Man walks. So Tauchman will bat.
Real struggle for Justin Wilson to find the strike zone so far this year. That's Jim Hickey and Joe Madden trying to figure out how to use Justin, trying to keep him involved. They don't want to bury him. It's early in the year. Last night he came in, it was a a lopsided game. Here the Cubs are trailing, but it's still a winnable game.
Well, before he became a Cub, you look at his walk rate over the years, and a little higher than you'd like to see most seasons. 11%, 9.5%. But since he got traded to the Cubs, his walk percentage is over 20%. That's
league average usually runs right around 8%.
Yeah,
and this year 10 walks issued, 8 1/3 innings coming into this performance tonight.
when you think about it, his strikeout percentage in the upper 20s as a Cub and walk percentage around 20%. So it's not a lot of balls in play. It's been walks and strikeouts.
And you're going to accept a few more walks from a guy who strikes out a bunch, but obviously this, it's been too many. Justin will be the first one to tell you that.
Two and two. Sean Manaeus threw 7 without allowing a Red Sox hit. Two. Called strike 3.
What a baby.
Rocky strand 2. Cubs better get the bats going again. They're down 3 late. Moment at the time. This is a pretty big play as the Rockies were trying to get on the board. Albert Almora robbing DJ LeMahieu of an RBI extra base hit. The Rockies would put up 5 runs later on in the 5th inning, and they have a 3-run lead here in the 8th. Adam Ottavino off to a terrific start. He's got 3 wins in relief in 10 appearances, 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, 22 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's absurd how he has dominated hitters. And we talked about the crossfire delivery when we had that shot of him out there in the bullpen. He throws that frisbee slider.
Almora, Baez, Bryant here in the 8th. Assuming it is a save situation in the 9th, it would go to Wade Davis, who spent last year with the Cubs. The Cubs trying to get to a setup man tonight. Riser missed high. Ottavino, multiple strikeouts in 9 of his 10 appearances. Able to cover the bag.
Slick glove work there by McMahon, retreating on that ball. That's one that's a lot of times very deceptive for a corner infielder. And right-handed hitter slashes one like that to first, or lefty to third.
Pitch to Baez. Going for a strike. And time for Lowe's whole team together. Running away with the RBI lead currently. And leading the National League too.
That's a double cross there if you're Baez, because a guy with Ottavino's angle and slider, you would think you would see nothing but sliders if you're Baez.
Guessing Farrell if it's still 5-2. Cishek if the Cubs can score a run or 2, but Ottavino's an out away from a scoreless 8th as he'll face Kris Bryant.
You were talking strikeout rate earlier. He, coming into this outing, had struck out 65% of the batters he had faced. League average, it's up. It's been going up year by year, but it's probably 22-23%.
Well, it's gone down tonight.
Yeah.
He's faced 2 batters and no strikeouts.
Unfortunately, you don't get any points for that.
No. Well, that's been the template, hasn't it? First pitch, breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Walter set up there off the outside corner, but tilting his body back to kind of create an angle for Baker to kind of read that slider. No hits for Kris tonight, but he has drawn a walk. Been on base every game with either a hit or a walk.
I haven't heard the big crowd tonight, but that'll be pretty big.
Yeah.
+35 last night. I think a few more tonight.
And definitely more in the house. I think there were some no-shows in that weather last night.
Bounce to LeMahieu on the other side of the bag, and Ottavino gets 3 ground ball outs. And the Cubs bats have gone pretty quiet here the last few innings. 5-2 in the 8th.
Your gut. Pick the right player and get one step closer to winning $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today.
A Cub debut. Tall right-hander Luke Farrell pitched at Northwestern. Son of a big leaguer, John Farrell. And one of 3 Farrells in the Cubs organization. His brother's a scout and a minor league infield coordinator.
We're full of Farrells. Luke,
a family of Farrell?
It's a family of Farrell. He made his major league debut last season. He made 1 start with Kansas City and then moved over to the Reds, where he worked 9 times out of the bullpen.
Shane is a cross-checker. Jeremy, minor league coordinator. John now doing some work for the Reds after managing the Red Sox.
6'6", 210. Luke Farrell, 26 years of age. Fastball, slider, change, curve.
From Cleveland. His dad pitched. In his major league debut last year with Kansas City, later in Cincinnati. So this is already his third big league ball club. Contreras will not have room.
He made a couple starts down in Iowa this year, and they've had weather issues as well. See, he hadn't pitched in, I think he told me, 8 days.
He's here because Eddie Butler is on the DL with a groin issue. Swing and a miss. Oh, that happened. Well, we got interference.
Yeah,
he's out. So Walters is going to round the bases, but he's already out. And he's out again. Double play. No, I'm kidding. So
that was a whole lot of excitement. The fans were really enjoying watching it, but they didn't see the home plate umpire Jordan Baker indicating that he was out. This is the second time this has happened in the last few days.
That's a triple play, JD. The inning should be over. He struck out right there. Then he should be out on interference. And then he was thrown out at third. Ian Desmond will bat. Saw the other day, Contreras took a lot off that throw to first, and Rizzo kind of gave him an ovation. And the Cubs have been trying to get Wilson just to, hey, don't get overly excited. And that's the first one that's gotten away from Rizzo, but
yeah, and I think
no damage done.
Yeah, and I think the issue Wilson has is, you know, it's kind of like a pitcher when you try to guide one into the strike zone. You take a little off and you lose command. Just don't want it to become a mental thing. Walters kind of worked his way back into fair territory.
You know, guys are not taught to run inside the lane, right? Because
you mean to run in fair territory?
Yeah.
Sometimes guys will do it just to try to hoping they can get away with it because they know they're out otherwise.
That call's been made a lot over the last few years. It feels like umpires are much stricter about calling it, right? But even if it doesn't hit the runner, like in that case.
Right, because a lot of times a catcher will be instructed to just go ahead and throw it. If he's running in fair territory, just hit him with the ball, and that way there's no ambiguity, interference, he's out. But I think what the umpire would rule is that, well, if he tried to make a throw to miss a guy who's running in fair territory, you're putting the catcher at an unfair disadvantage.
I guess my original point by asking you the question is it just feels like an easy thing to not do unless guys just drift because they do naturally onto the grass of the infield. But yeah, you got to be in that lane.
Which it's kind of funky because at some point you got to work your way back to the base, which is in fair territory.
Bryant, and we'll go to the ninth. Last chance, and they'll have to do it against Wade Davis. Nice work by Luke Farrell. And they hand the ball to Wade Davis, who got a 3-year, $52 million free agent contract. Spent 1 year with the Cubs. Was an all-star last year. Looking for his major league leading 9th save. He's 8 out of 9 so far.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities in the early going for Wade Davis so far this year. 8 1/3 innings. He's allowed just 3 hits, 3 walks, while striking out 10. Part of this veteran core that the Rockies have in their pen. Mcghee out of Vino, Brian Shaw, who we saw last night. Chris Russin's been in the league a number of years now.
Wade only blew 1 save last year in the regular season with the Cubs, and that came late in Milwaukee. Went 32 out of 33.
To cut that ball in on the hands of left-handed hitters.
Almost hit Rizzo with the first pitch. Hefty home run leaders. Active Cubs here at Coors. Davis now 32. He had a stretch at Kansas City. Well, it's pretty eye-popping. 2014 to 2016, 19-4, 47 saves, a 1.18 earned run average. And you talk to people who watched that closely. Last year they even said, the stuff's not quite what it was, but he still put up a 230 with the Cubs and was a huge part of their playoff run once again. High fly ball to center. Blackman went in, now drifting back. And that's out number 1. In terms of a poker face, boy, Wade Davis is just as calm and cool as it gets.
Yeah, mound presence off the charts.
A guy who caught him a lot.
It's a starter earlier in his career in Tampa, and then his first year in Kansas City. Did not have a lot of success. Finished with a 5.32 ERA 2013. And he became a full-time bullpen guy the next year, and that's when he really took off. Posted a 1 ERA in 2014 and 0.94 in 2015. .87 in 2016, and allowed a total of 3 home runs in those 3 seasons.
Now off the end of the bat there, it's going to hold up though for Parra. That's 13 consecutive Cubs retired since Almora's double in the 5th inning.
It's a combination of things. One, the Rockies have pitched better. Just the nature of baseball, how things run hot and cold. The Cubs had the final game at home, and then the first game, yesterday's game. I think in those 2 games combined, they had 1, 2, 3 inning.
Tommy LaStella, pinch hitting. That should do it. Quick 1, 2, 3 for Davis. And we've got a rubber match coming tomorrow afternoon right here on NBC Sports Chicago. And the Cubs are now back to the 500 mark at 9 up and 9 down.
Yeah, the story of this game too. Well, the debut of David Bowie and his first big league hit, that was a lot of fun. Couple mistakes on the bases for the Cubs tonight that proved costly. And then Yu Darvish not able to get out of the 5th inning for the 3rd time in 4 starts. So obviously he needs to get that straightened out.
Toast of the game is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, and it does go to David Bowie, family and friends here for his major league debut. He doubled and played some good defense tonight.
Yeah, he looked comfortable out there. Did not appear to be caught up in the moment and looked comfortable. And his big league debut, that was fun to watch.
Denny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. So for JD and our entire NBC Sports Chicago crew here at Coors Field, Len Casper with your final score. The Rockies 5, the Cubs 2. We're back with you tomorrow. Our pregame coverage at 1:30 for